When a loved one is nearing the end of life, it can feel like you're walking through a fog of uncertainty. Emotions run deep. You may notice changes, small ones, quiet ones, that you're not sure how to interpret. Is it simply aging, or is it something more meaningful? These questions weigh heavily on the hearts of families and caregivers. And yet, in these moments of wondering, there is a chance to see clearly, to respond gently, and to walk beside someone with presence and peace. Recognizing the subtle signs of nearing the end doesn't erase the sadness, but it can soften the confusion. It allows you to be still instead of anxious. It gives you time to gather loved ones, to say what matters most, and to prepare, not in fear, but in reverence for what's unfolding. These signs are well documented in palliative and hospice care, and understanding them can bring a kind of quiet confidence when everything else feels uncertain. Each person's final journey is unique, yet there are patterns the body and spirit often follow. These patterns, when seen through the lens of dignity and compassion, become invitations, not to fix but to witness. In this video, we'll gently walk through 6 of the most common signs that indicate a person may be nearing life's final chapter. We'll explore how appetite begins to fade, how conversations grow fewer, how skin and breath quietly shift. You'll hear how some people experience sudden clarity, a moment of bright presence, and how others speak with ease about loved ones long gone. Medical teams from organizations like the National Institutes of Health and the Mayo Clinic have long guided families through these experiences. Hospice workers often say that what the body does near the end is not random. It's purposeful and often peaceful. Still, these signs can be surprising if you've never witnessed them before. Lillian, 87 from Kansas, had read the morning paper every day for decades. Her daughter Elaine said it was a ritual she never missed, even on holidays. But one morning, Lillian simply didn't ask for it. She turned her face toward the window and rested. Elaine sensed something had shifted, not in a dramatic way, but in a quiet, unmistakable way. Hospice nurses gently confirmed this was one of the early signs that her mother was beginning to let go. That tiny moment, the missing paper, became a signal of something much deeper. Have you ever cared for someone in their final season of life? What signs did you notice first? Share your reflections in the comments. It's in these shared stories that we often find comfort in connection. And if this video speaks to your heart, please like and subscribe so we can continue supporting one another through life's most sacred moments. Let's start with the most common and earliest sign many people miss. Sign number 1, loss of appetite and interest in fluids. As the body begins its natural winding down, one of the earliest signs is a noticeable change in eating and drinking habits. The digestive system slows because the body simply doesn't require the same energy it once did. This shift is not a matter of will or stubbornness. It's a biological process. Understanding this can help families ease the pressure they often feel to encourage eating. It's common for caregivers to worry deeply when meals are left untouched or when favorite dishes are refused. The impulse to coax, to urge, or to insist comes from a place of love and hope. Yet pushing food or fluids can sometimes cause nausea, discomfort, or even distress. Instead, what matters most is responding gently to the person's changing needs and signals. Small sips of water, herbal tea, or diluted juice can offer comfort without overwhelming the system. Soft foods like creamy yogurts or pured fruits may be more easily accepted. Moistening the lips with a damp cloth helps prevent dryness and can be soothing. These tiny moments, like sharing a spoonful of peach yogurt, become quiet acts of connection, meaningful even when large meals are no longer possible. Walter, 90 from Florida, had stopped eating regular meals in his final weeks. Yet when his granddaughter came to visit, he would always accept a spoonful of peach yogurt she brought. It was a small ritual between them, a simple sweetness in a time when much else had changed. For Walter and his family, this gentle exchange was a way to remain close when words and energy began to fade. Medical experts at the Cleveland Clinic remind us that these changes in appetite are expected and natural as the body prepares to rest. Rather than focus on the quantity of food, focus on comfort and connection. Next, let's explore a change in connection, not just with people, but with the world around them. Sign number 2, social withdrawal and quietness. As the final phase approaches, many loved ones begin to pull inward, not out of anger or sadness, but as part of a natural process of emotional closure. This withdrawal is often misunderstood. It's not a refusal of connection, nor is it always a sign of depression. Instead, it can be a way of turning inward, reflecting, and conserving energy for what lies ahead. You might notice fewer words spoken, a reluctance to engage in conversation, or a gentle quietness where there was once lively chatter. Visitors may be fewer, not because the person doesn't care, but because their focus has shifted away from the outside world. Often these moments are filled with long pauses, distant gazes, or peaceful rest. What comforts during this time is presence that doesn't demand words. Simply sitting quietly, holding a hand, or playing familiar music that stirs memories without overwhelming. Silence can become a language of love. The gentle touch of a hand reassures more deeply than speech ever could. Martha, 88 from North Carolina, was known for her cheerful porch conversations, greeting neighbors with a smile and stories. In her final weeks, she spoke little, choosing instead to sit quietly in a chair. But when her son came close and reached out, she always grasped his hand. That silent connection was a bridge between worlds, a reminder that love can speak softly without words. Harvard Health notes that these emotional changes are common in the dying process. They serve as a protective and peaceful retreat, allowing the person to focus inward while still feeling supported by those who love them. From this quiet emotional shift, the body also begins to show physical signs, subtle yet unmistakable. Next, we'll look at how the skin and circulation reveal what the heart and spirit are already signaling. Sign number 3, cold hands, feet, or mottled skin. As the body's systems begin to slow, one of the most visible signs is a change in skin color and temperature, especially in the hands and feet. This happens because the heart gradually redirects blood flow to the most essential organs, like the brain and heart, causing circulation to the extremities to lessen. The result is often coolness, a bluish or purplish mottled appearance, or a blotchy pattern on the skin. Though this change can be alarming to witness, it is not painful. It is simply the body's way of conserving energy and preparing for its final rest. The skin's altered appearance might look strange or even unsettling, but it is part of the natural process rather than a sign of suffering. Families and caregivers can help by offering gentle warmth. Soft socks or a cozy blanket can bring comfort without causing overheating. Quiet presence and reassuring words also help ease the atmosphere around these changes. Sometimes the simplest gestures carry the deepest kindness. George, 86 from Minnesota, experienced mottling on his feet during his last days. His daughter, Susan, would carefully wrap his feet in a warm quilt, sitting beside him as she read passages from Psalms. That quiet ritual brought a peaceful calm to both of them, a soft light in a time of stillness. Research from the National Institutes of Health confirms that these circulation changes are a normal part of aging in the dying process, offering important clues to families and care teams alike. Now let's move from what you can see to what you might hear. Sign number 4, irregular breathing patterns. One of the more noticeable signs that the end is near involves changes in breathing. You might observe that breaths become shallow, uneven, or come in waves with pauses between them. This pattern is often called Cheney-Stokes breathing, and while it can be unsettling to watch, it's typically not distressing to the person experiencing it. The rhythm might slow and then quicken, resembling the ebb and flow of ocean tides. This natural pattern reflects the body's gradual shift toward rest. Understanding this can help ease the worry that something is wrong when it is simply part of the body's transition. During these moments, the atmosphere you create matters greatly. Soft, warm lighting helps calm the senses. A gentle hand resting on a shoulder or softly humming a familiar tune can provide comfort without overwhelming the person. Your own calm presence becomes a steady anchor, soothing fears that may arise in caregivers or family members. Arthur, 85 from Oregon, displayed this breathing pattern in his final days. His granddaughter remembered it as like the tide, coming in, going out, peaceful in its own way. For Arthur's family, recognizing this rhythm was a reminder of the natural flow of life's final chapter. Johns Hopkins hospice research confirms that such breathing patterns are common and generally comfortable for those nearing the end of life. reassuring families that these signs are part of a gentle process. Our next sign might seem sudden, but it's actually a beautiful moment of clarity before goodbye. Sign number 5, sudden moments of clarity or energy. In the quiet hours before passing, some people experience a surprising return of energy and alertness. This moment, sometimes called a final rally, may last from a few minutes to several hours. During this time, a person might sit up, speak clearly, or show renewed interest in their surroundings. It can be both uplifting and bittersweet for families, a last chance to share words, memories, or simply be together. Medical science does not fully understand why this happens, but it's thought to be linked to neurological changes as the brain releases remaining energy. While brief, these moments carry deep emotional meaning and often provide closure, allowing loved ones to connect in a final, meaningful way. During this time, the best support is gentle presence. There is no need to analyze or explain. Simply listen, hold a hand, or respond to what is shared. These precious exchanges don't have to make perfect sense. Their value lies in the connection and love they hold. James, 89, from Pennsylvania, had a clear moment one afternoon. He asked to wear his Sunday hat and requested his favorite gospel song. Surrounded by family, he seemed peaceful and content. That night, he passed quietly, leaving behind a memory of grace and presence. Reports from the Mayo Clinic's hospice teams confirm that these final rallies are common and offer families a meaningful opportunity to say goodbye in their own way. And now, one of the most mysterious but common signs of the final phase. Sign number 6, speaking to or seeing deceased loved ones. As the final days approach, many people share experiences that can feel deeply mysterious, visions or conversations with loved ones who have already passed away. These moments are reported across cultures and are not signs of confusion or distress. Rather, they often bring profound comfort and a sense of peace. Medical research, including studies from Harvard, acknowledges these spiritual encounters as part of the dying process. They may serve as a gentle bridge between life and what comes next, helping the person feel supported and less alone. For families and caregivers, the best response is quiet acceptance. Trying to correct or argue against these experiences can cause unnecessary tension. Instead, listening with openness and compassion allows the person to feel safe and heard. These moments, while often emotional, offer a sacred space for connection and reassurance. Nancy, 91, from Maine, experienced this in her last days. She reached out softly and said, "Mama's here." Her daughter sat quietly beside her, tears falling, not from fear, but from a deep sense of awe and love. That silent presence was enough. Understanding this sign as a natural and comforting part of the journey can help families embrace these moments with grace. We've explored 6 subtle signs that often signal the final phase of life: a loss of appetite, a quiet withdrawal from social connection, cold or mottled hands and feet, irregular breathing patterns, sudden moments of clarity and energy, and spiritual visions of those who have passed. Each of these signals reflects a natural, deeply personal process, one where the body and spirit prepare to say goodbye with grace. It's important to remember that these signs do not indicate pain or suffering. Rather, they mark the body's gentle slowing and the spirit's readiness to move on. Families and caregivers may feel overwhelmed, but there is no need to fix or change what is happening. Simply being present, speaking softly, and offering unconditional love can provide the greatest comfort. In these tender moments, your calmness becomes a beacon. Your willingness to sit quietly, hold a hand, or listen without rushing brings peace to both you and your loved one. Presence like this is a gift beyond words, an expression of love that transcends explanation. If you've witnessed any of these signs or have stories to share, please leave a comment below. Supporting one another through this sacred time creates a community of care and understanding. If this video has offered insight or comfort, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who may be walking a similar path. Together, we can bring compassion and clarity to life's most delicate moments.